Hi, hello, how are you, Amanda? SEINT artist. I've got October's shade of the month. This is Spell. It is brown, it is neutral, and it is easy. I'm gonna do my eyes and I'm gonna make this color multiple colors. I love when I could do that. I just need one more brush with me that I'm gonna dig out. I need my etch brush. Okay, we're gonna dig in. I'm gonna go first with the fluffy brush. This is the eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go into Drift. I pair Drift with everything. It's good. That's it. It's a champagne shimmer, and adding a little bit of shimmer under your brow will give it a touch of a lift. It's like stilettos for your eyes. And then I'm going to go in. I'm going to use Spell. It's very similar to Philly, which is out of stock. And with this color Spell, it's a bit lighter and it takes a lot more to build. So it gives you a lot more freedom to make it more than one color. So this is going to also be my transition color. I'm going to put a little bit on, and we're just going to pop this up above my crease and onto my brow bone, and it's going to be really light. I just want this to be a nice transitional shade, and I'm going to be keeping my lid alone. That's going to give my eye some width. It's going to give some brightness. It's going to give it a look that keeps it more open. But using just a little bit of Spell, I'm going to apply it, and then I blend it out and up, just like that. Super simple. I like easy. I like everyday. This is your going to work eyeshadow color. Spell. It's easy. It's yummy. It's easy. It's brown. I think everybody likes having a really good brown in their palette. And I like that this one can easily be blended down to be nice and light, but it can also get punched up. It could be a great eyeliner. It can be more than one color, and I love when I can do that with shades. I'm gonna switch to the small end. I'm gonna press in to Spell, punch it up a little bit, and we are gonna put this on the outside of the eye. You see how much deeper it is than that transition shade that I blended it out with? So nice. And I'm just gonna press this into my lash line here, and then over my crease, and letting it work with the lighter portion of it. And it's two colors. It's two colors, so good. And I'm just gonna start filling in where my eyelid folds. So I have a bit of a hooded eye right here, the way that this comes down, so it can create a gap when I'm applying my eyeshadow. And so I just fill in that gap, but I'm really focusing on the base of the brow and out and up, because again, I'm trying to create that lift and that length. So keeping as much of my lid available as possible is key. And again, I start on the outer corner, outside of the eye. That is what gives you that length and the illusion that your eye is a little bit bigger than it is. Pressing up on that base of that brow above the crease, but continuing to fill in within that fold if you have one. If you don't have one, just give it a good blend around, but keeping it on the outside of the eye. You want that lift, you want that length. There we go. And I'm leaving the underneath alone. I'll clean it up when I do my under eyes. I'm going to switch to the etch brush now, and I'm going to go in on the short end. I'm going to go into it. I need to loosen that. So sometimes just pressing it. Okay. Grabbing it. We're going to go under the eye, and we are going to add it just to the middle, and then we're going to blend it over, but not touching the inner corners. We just want, you can make this thick, you can mess it up and apply it somewhere else, because I always apply my eyeshadow first, especially when I'm working with such dark colors like this. The fallout can really deepen and add depth and accentuate your fine lines. So doing this first and then cleaning it up rather than mixing it with your makeup is key. All right, I'm gonna take a setting spray. I'm just gonna use SEINT's setting spray, and I'm gonna get my brush wet. Just a touch of moisture, keeping the word long so it doesn't trigger anyone. And then we're gonna press back in to Spell. And then right here at the outer lash line, I'm gonna press that in, and it is a third color. Do you see how it's deeper than the outer corner? I love when I can use it as a transition color, an outer corner shade, and a really nice warm baby, tiny but mighty wing. I'm making this extra thick because I am gonna use a liner for a wing, but I'm gonna soften that wing by having it be around that liquid liner, but I like to apply it first so it doesn't affect that wing. All right, going in on the other side, adding that deep, tiny but mighty wing. But I love when I can make one color 2 or 3 colors. So nice. Blending that out. Then I'm going to take what's left on the brush and I'm going to go to the inner edge of my eyes here. Instead of using a liner there, I'm using my shadow just to keep it nice and soft. Switching to my Maybelline Tattoo Studio, we're just going to add waterlining to where my lashes start to get more fine. But this is going to give the illusion of a liner, gives my eyes some definition, and it's going to make my eyelashes look a little fuller, which I like. My lashes are thin, not thin, fine, like my hair, okay? And I want to thicken it, but we aren't exactly adding thickening spray to this, so we use a tight line, but we don't let it get out of hand. There is some transfer to it. I'm going to apply it up here, let it set, and then I'm going to add a brightening highlight to my waterline underneath. You'll see me do it, don't worry. I'm going into my Stila Stay All Day, and that's where I'm going to go 1/4 of the way in, and I'm going to make that tiny but mighty wing. A lot of people just think it's not worth doing, and I disagree, and you're going to see why in just a moment, but I'm keeping that within that spell brown because it gives it a softer look, so you get that definition and that mightiness of using a bold wing, or not a bold wing, a bold liner, but you see how you can see having that brown around it softens it. But you see how adding just that touch of depth with the baby wing, the tiny but mighty wing. I don't know how to, you know me in words, but adding that just gave my eye a little lift. So we're gonna do the same thing over here, and I just go 1/4 of the way in, I go straight out, and then I come about 1 millimeter off the outer corner, and I go straight up, and then I just start building on those 2 lines, filling it in, color it in. I find that it's easier to draw the outline and then fill in rather than start at the lash line and build out. And I'm staying within the fold of my eye. And then I check to see, because they're sisters, not twins, and I always draw my left eye so much thicker than my right. So I always have to go in and touch it up. Okay, we're gonna go in with some mascara. I'm using Babe Lash. This is For Real mascara. It's pretty dang good, especially for the price. It's significantly less than the Bare Minerals that I usually use. I use Lashtopia typically, but I ran out. And then I was buying lash serum. And I'm wondering if this is infused with lash serum, because I have noticed that my lashes are starting to look a little thinner at the root since I've started using this. But I didn't want to pay shipping, and I noticed that all I needed was about the same price as this, and I think this is under $9, I believe. I just know I got free shipping, and I'd rather pay for something tangible in my hand like a mascara than shipping, right? Don't we all feel that way? And then I like it thick at the root, and then I build on the tip at the end. All right, grabbing it, adding. So again, wiggle at that root and really get those lashes in. If you nick your lid, that's okay. Just let it dry, use a spoolie to chip it off, and it won't compromise your eye makeup. And then I'm gonna go in after this, and I'm gonna add some drift to show. I like showing the depth that just adding drift at the end does, but I wanted to have my mascara on first, because sometimes it's just doing these little things that make a difference. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a highlight color. Just gotta find it. Gotta find where my makeup is. Where did I put my makeup? What the dickens? I have my makeup in. Found it. Okay. All right. We're gonna go into Hazel, which is my main highlight right now, and I put it on the square end of the etch brush, and I am gonna waterline now that my Tattoo Studio has set on the waterline up top. So this cleans up any transfer that you're gonna get, and it's gonna add a brightness, okay? A brightness to it. So we're just, again, adding that brightening highlight You don't need to go and buy a nude pencil. Save the money and just use your main highlight. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my shadow drift that I put on my brow bone. We're gonna use our finger and watch the way that this just levels it up. We're putting that all over the lid. Look at how pretty that is. Just brightens things up. And then I'm gonna post a picture to show the final look, because adding the makeup is the creme de la creme. You can't have one without the other, but this is a beautiful 2 shadow look where I was able to take one color, okay, spell, and turn it in to 3 colors. I'm gonna add a little more to my transitioning up here. Just a touch. Look at how pretty that is. This is your go to work makeup. Okay. Here's a picture with it all done. Have a great day.